Might even hurt your soul a little bit if you're a knife edge sharpening enthusiast. Because what I'm about to do is gonna grind your gears pretty bad. But it's a necessity for this tool because it's not a knife. It has a entirely different purpose and different functionality and different requirements for its blade. So let's get into it. Number one thing is, if you're going to cut your original bevel on this thing, your primary bevel, you need a utility edge, which is going to be about your 25 to 30 degree angle. Now that, if you're doing your first cut on your bevel edge, that's something you're going to be doing with your new tool, and you need to kind of gauge it pretty accurately. Doesn't have to be perfect, but try to get it within that 25 to 30 degree angle, because you need that toughness to the blade. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put a light secondary bevel on it using a fine-tooth steel file and of course our coarse, not so traditional sharpening stone. Now this is the part that's gonna make your skin crawl if you're a knife sharpening enthusiast, and I'm sorry, but it has to be done. First thing, we're going to take our fine-tooth here file that has a slightly coarser side. We're going to use the coarser side first. What you're going to do is you're going to hold it in your palm like so, 2 fingers on top to give the edge support, and you're going to go ahead and support your blade so it doesn't ring and vibrate around. Now what you're going to do is you're going to yeah, I can feel your guys' skin crawling right across the TV there. It has to be done because the reason for this is this blade will get dinged and nicked up, and you do have to really pretty aggressively get those burrs and those chips kind of out of it as much as you can. Again, the blade doesn't have to be perfect, but the idea is to kind of get the secondary bevel, which is just a very, very small bit of the blade here, topped up, and at least get it more or less in line. And the secondary purpose is we actually want a slightly burred and slightly serrated edge on this thing. We don't want a razor edge. A razor edge actually is not going to work in the tall grass, especially the finer grass that's pretty dry now. As a matter of fact, the fine edge, a razor edge, is actually going to push it out of the way, and you're going to be sitting there frustrated all damn day long that you can't get your cut done. So what you need is that utility edge with a secondary bevel. Again, maybe a little slightly sharper to about 15-20 degree angle. Again, just eyeball it. But the most important thing is that you want it to be roughed and you want it to be serrated. So that's why I'm doing the angle forward, because you want the serrations facing forward. You want the tooth of the serration essentially facing towards the tip of the blade. When you're doing this, you want to spend a lot more time focusing here on the second half of the blade towards the back. Your tip is not that terribly important. Your tip basically is just kind of guiding through the grass and getting that line kind of separated from the rest of the pile there. The back edges are actually what's going to be gripping and cutting.